Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another manga chapter review. It's been a while. I started my job, finally started working. Very, very, very excited for that because obviously it moves our plans of moving forward. Hopefully one day, very soon, we'll be moving into our new home. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the 15th chapter of Asahina Wakaba to Marumaru no Kareshi. And this is a series that I've been reviewing for you guys for quite a bit. This is the 15th chapter already. It's the most current one out. I personally thought they were going to end it already, but they left it with a cliffhanger. And I'm not sure. I doubt this is the ending, but we haven't had chapter 16 released yet, so hopefully that comes out pretty soon. Before anything, guys, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I've been out because I started a new job and I'm still getting used to the groove of working. It's been pretty long hours. I'm trying my best to not bring work to home, and it's been working well, but still not living at our actual home and having to live with family. It also comes into the whole recording time and not being able to do stuff here and there. So bear with me. I'll post when I can. Hopefully the next few days you'll see some videos coming out, so make sure you watch them. This is going to be on the 15th chapter. Like I said, chapter 14 released about a week or two ago, so you can watch that chapter, and then 1 through 13 have been releasing probably in the past year. So if you haven't seen chapter 1, you can find it in my channel. This is going to be a pretty interesting chapter because Asahina and Haruto essentially are already fixing their relationship. Everything is out in the open. Haruto has been such an amazing guy with all of this, and Asahina really wants to live up to her mistakes, and Haruto basically is saying, like, let's start at a clean streak. Let's forget about this. Like, you like me, I like you. Let's just go from there, right? Which is great. Now, Haruto has two friends, and we talked about these two friends before in the previous chapters. They actually show up in this chapter, and they're very important because these two guys are like, they're the alphas of the school. People respect them for who they are and what they stand for. And they're very intimidating people, but at the end of the day, they're sweethearts. They're doing this to protect Haruto, who, is a smart dude. He's not the best looking guy, not the best sporty guy, and they don't want him to be hurt. So they've been protecting him throughout this whole series, and they approach him and Asahina, and essentially they explain to him that the girls are not going to be an issue anymore. The girls that they were bullying her were confronted by them too. The whole class backed them up because they kind of didn't give the class an option to not back them up. They said, we can report this to everyone, and this can become very messy, right? So obviously the class now is saying that, yeah, it's those three girls that were completely involved. And after all, it seemed like everyone seemed to be behind the whole thing, at least the entire class. Even the girls that were talking to Asahina. Remember, there was a few girls that talked to Asahina, kind of trying to make her feel better. They kind of were her crying shoulder when she was being picked on early on in the series. Well, they ended up being kind of scouts for these three girls, which again, when it comes down to it, these girls weren't a big deal. They were bullied into it, but essentially what was going on is they were making sure that Asahina did not commit suicide, or the whole prank didn't go too far. And it didn't get to that point, but it could have very much hit that point, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But at the end of the chapter, a little confusing here, but I think the girl that she saw, Namikawa, is Haruto's friend. He showed Asahina a video of a girl who approached Bison and essentially said that the watch, or the locket, or the mirror whatever was broken, she's the one that bought it. And now Asahina knows who this girl is Yahima, and I don't think it's her sister, but Yahima, I believe, is one of the other students from the classroom, and Asahina seemed to be very shocked about the fact that the mirror was bought by her. Now that's the cliffhanger. It's a very confusing cliffhanger because I don't know why it would matter who bought the mirror at the first place, but at the same time, it's a cliffhanger, which tells me that the series is not over. There's still more to come. That will impact my rating of it as of right now, because it's a series that seemed like it was already closing, and it seems like at this point they just want to milk it more to get more chapters out, or maybe they had a promised number of chapters and they're trying to close them up. So because of that, I keep that in mind. I want to lower the series to maybe a 6.5 because of this ending that we're getting. It might not even be close to the end, and that might also affect the rating. Back to the whole bullying, you know, this whole theme of her being bullied and the class being involved, and then now we know that these girls weren't even trying to be a crying shoulder for her, but just making sure that she didn't commit suicide. You know, bullying can be very horrible, and the fact that these girls knew that what they were doing was taking it too far as them worrying that she was going to commit suicide, that's just horrible. It's one of those things that you just think about, like what crosses through their mind that makes this okay. And unfortunately, a lot of people are like that. I mean, I'm not going to say that I've never insulted someone, because obviously I have. I think everyone at one point does that. But at the same time, as a person, I work my best to never hurt someone's feelings purposely for the enjoyment of bullying them, right? That's not what it is. Being Hispanic, that's very common, and I still do it with certain people, where we dog on each other, right? And we build ourselves up by the things that might break us down by, right? So it's a very common thing for Hispanic families to do that, but at the same time, bullying is a whole different spectrum, and I think if you know you're doing it, which I'm pretty sure these girls knew what they were doing, because they were making sure that she didn't commit suicide, you have to have a very cold heart to do that. So I like that. It developed a very bad character, which, you know, in a way it's good, because they're the villain of the whole story. But at the same time, man, I just hate those girls for that. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I'll have a few more videos, hopefully, these next few days for you guys to watch. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share, and I'll see you guys on the next videos. Hopefully more to come. See you guys, and like always, don't be strangers.